Good morning, everybody. Mr. Larm here. First, I want to say I hope you are all happy and healthy and doing well on what is this, day 3 of at home learning. So, I've spent the past couple of days working on and trying to create this channel for you. I call it the Inside Escape. And let me explain to you what my thinking is behind that. Right now, we are stuck inside. We're not supposed to be going out, we're supposed to be socially distancing, we're supposed to be keeping ourselves from interacting too much with other people in a physical sense. So we're stuck inside, but that doesn't mean that we have to be stuck inside as far as our imaginations. It doesn't mean that we can't escape home a little bit every now and then. Now, I know you have a lot of work in all of your other classes to do, and I know I'm just library, so I want to take this opportunity to maybe present something to you that you can do as a little bit of a fun extra. You know me, I like to make up stories, and I like adventures and science fiction and fantasy. And so I was hoping that for the duration of our time stuck at home, you could help me lean into that a little bit. You can help me create something brand new. And that's how I kind of came up with this idea of the Inside Escape. Fair warning, I'm going to make some mistakes. I'm going to flub my words. I'm going to probably screw up the technology at some point and cast to the wrong screen. But if you're patient with me, I think we can have a fun time doing this. So, what am I going to do the Inside Escape? Most of the time, what's going to happen is I'm going to be writing on my computer, live streaming it or live recording it with some nice music in the background and creating a story. But the ideas for that story, I want to come from you. I want you to help me come up with all of the cool things that are going to happen in the story in so much as you want to. Again, I'm not going to pressure you to it. If you guys don't come up with any ideas, I'll pull some out of my own head. So, this is what I'm calling episode 0 because I'm just sort of going to explain to you what we're going to be doing in the channel and then showing you a little bit of a starter of where we're going to go. In just a second here, I'm going to switch to my screencast and I'm going to explain to you my thinking. So my hope is that this works. Let's try it. All right, welcome to my screen. So the first thing I want to talk about is how do you create a story? Now, I like to outline stories, I like to do a lot of note taking, and I like to do a lot of world building, which is a phrase that I'm going to talk about later. But to start, I like to follow the advice of a lot of authors and a lot of teachers about writing when they talk about how to create a story. And that is that you ask yourself one question: what if? That's it. What if? You take that sentence and you come up with something after it. And from there, that's the seed you use to plant and grow an entire story. So I've got 2 ideas that I've been thinking of for the past 2 days. And I'm not saying that we have to use my 2 ideas or one of my 2 ideas, but I'm saying that I've already come up with 2. And so my task for you for today is to watch this video, laugh at me, and then think about maybe, do you like one of my what ifs? Or do you prefer one of your own? And I'll have you comment that after the video. All right, so I had 2 what ifs. I was sitting in my apartment going crazy, trying not just to eat everything, because that's what I do. And I had 2 ideas. My first idea was, what if there was a world with 2 suns? One that powered technology and one that powered nature. What if a technology child and a nature? You can tell that when I type, I make lots of mistakes. Child had to work together. So in this is a sort of fantasy setting idea that I had an image of a world with 2 suns. One sun that causes technology to grow and one sun that causes nature to grow. And you had a world where it was constantly going between nature growing and technology growing, and the 2 were in conflict. And what would it be like if you had a pair of characters, one who was technologically powered in their magic, and one that was nature powered in their magic, who had to work together to solve a problem? And what would that look like? And I sort of liked that idea. I don't have any other ideas about it past that. That's it. A son of technology, a son of nature, conflict, solve a problem. My other idea I had was, what if there were monsters in our shadows? Now, after I explained this to my son, he told me that there was a Doctor Who episode that did exactly this, and I was a little bit disappointed. But I went back and I reviewed it, and that episode technically isn't shadows that monsters that are in their shadows. It's monsters that look like shadows in addition to someone's shadows. No, my idea was literally, what if there were monsters in your shadow? And if there was a monster in your shadow, you would want to stay out of the sunlight, because the sunlight reveals your shadow, which then unleashes the monster. And I had this cool idea of two people trying to run away from the rising sun, and a beam of light catching one of them just across their foot or their hand. And in that moment, the monster was able to grab and hold them from moving, and they had to fight to keep more of it from being seen, because then it would release more of the monster. I also had pictures of these giant shadowy monsters that then, if they suddenly were cut off from the sun, fell down. It was just the people who were trapped inside them. Kind of a rough idea. Again, nothing more than that. You don't need more than that to start a story. You just need kind of two ideas, or just a idea that you want to grow. And in the next episode, we'll talk about expanding that idea. So I've come up with 2 what ifs. I would like for you now to come up with your 2 what ifs. Now, once you come up with them, comment them on the video. Let me know what you think of these, if you want to use one of mine. And after reading some ideas, I'm just going to sort of pick and start running with it. And tomorrow we're going to talk about maybe coming up with some of the bare bones, the structures of our story, and do a little bit of outlining. And that's it. So I hope you are having fun. I hope you are being engaged with what you are doing and not playing just too much video games or watching too many movies. And I can't wait to see you guys all again in person as soon as possible. Until then, I hope your families are happy and healthy, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.